This is Sophie. She's our 7-month-old mixed breed livestock guardian dog. We got her to keep Thor company, and together they can watch over our little herd of goats. As you can see, everybody seems pretty content with this whole setup. Well, everybody except for the chickens. Because Sophie is still so young, she thinks they're running squeaky toys. So we've had to come up with some creative solutions to keep her and them separate, but still close enough so she can see them and get used to them. We had to do this with Thor when he was younger as well. We kept him in a separate area, but close enough to the chickens to see them so he could get used to them. So today we're having to move the chicken coop back to the back pasture so that Sophie and Thor can have free range of the area that the goats stay in. This is easier said than done. This coop weighs a lot, so we needed the truck to move it. This was an afternoon project for all of us. It's easier to do this as well in the winter months before everything starts growing up. We haven't moved this in about 2 years since we made it, so we realized after the fact what we should have done is we have 2 runners that run underneath it. What we should have done is put holes in the bottom there and had some chains or a place that we could attach some chains so that we could easily pull it around. Instead, what we've decided to do is to use some ratchet straps and see if we can pull it over to the other side. It was a little tricky. There was a little maneuvering. Behind the truck there's a willow tree with fencing around it to keep the goats from eating it. I was so afraid it was going to fall over. It took some time. It took some maneuvering. But eventually we did get it moved out. In the meantime, these 2 hijacked my camera.
I have a stick.
Dance party. Put the stick away. We're trying to have a dance party. Put it away. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
It's hard to wait. Finally, we got it back to the back pasture. Everything was settled. Now Sophie can roam free in the main area with Thor and the goats, and the chickens can live in peace without fear of Sophie treating them like running squeaky toys. We also deep litter, so it needed to have some new, fresh bedding put in there. I don't know if you're familiar with the deep littering method, but it's a way over the winter as the manure and the wood chips decompose, it keeps the coop warm, but it's definitely needed a new layer. Okay, that's done. And the chickens are happy in their new area. I would say mission accomplished. We have a happy Thor, a happy Sophie, and happy chickens.